Hi, I'm Kathy Feigley, a member of the Branchburg Rotary. The Branchburg Rotary is a group of professionals and business people that are united to make the world a better place. The Branchburg Rotary has been called small but mighty because they have a very small group, but they've accomplished so many things. Let's look at some of the wonderful things the Branchburg Rotary has accomplished. All Rotarians try to live by the four-way test. It's a simple but very profound statement that everything that Rotarians think, do, or say, they apply these four statements to. Number one, is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? Number three, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And finally, four, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Rotarians try to live their life by all these standards, and they try to promote peace and goodwill in the world. Rotary International has many projects worldwide. Let's take a look at some of the ways Rotary International builds peace in the world. I got my start in Rotary by an enthusiastic individual that had such exuberance for Rotary and all the wonderful projects that they do. Her name is Dr. Julianne Giuliano. She's going to tell us about the 100th anniversary of Rotary International, and let's hear about some of the exciting projects that occurred during that year.
Branchburg Rotary is a small but energetic group of people that work hard together to do lots of fun things. And not to bore you, but this club has a tremendous outreach in multiple areas. We are a blood donor club. We have our own blood donor group at Somerset Medical Center. We have several members who are in the Gallon Club already. We do something called Pedals for Progress, where we collect old bicycles and help you empty out your garages once a year. And then these bikes are packed up, put on a crate, and sent all around the world so that people that live in third world countries that wouldn't even think of the word automobile have a way to get to work, send their kids to school, travel to the market, and it sets somebody up in that area as a bicycle shop owner. So we do that once a year. We also do little things like the Playground Project. And that little project started out as a challenge from an RI president, Rotary International president, who said, we challenge you to do something bigger and better than you've ever done. And so I think we rose to that challenge. We participate, mostly because of Charlie and his love of paper airplanes and children, in an Easter Seals camp in northern Jersey that many, many Rotary clubs participate in, and it's called Camp Merry Heart. We provide 1 to 2 camper ships each year, plus our club, and I won't take credit for this, I will use the universal we, because I did not do this, went up there with chippers and cleared a huge field and built a zip line and climbing wall for handicapped children. So this zip line is capable of taking a child from a wheelchair up to the top of the zip line, hooking them in, and they can do a zip line just like everybody else's kids can do. So I will not take credit for chipping, but they were out there doing that. The Camp Merry Heart is a wonderful thing, and this is where Charlie's paper airplane expertise comes from. because once a year Camp Mary Hart runs a fair for the children that are up there. And we send Charlie up with a lollipop tree that the PTO graciously lends us each year, and a bunch of paper airplanes as prizes. And he annoys the children up there with paper airplanes too. We do silly things like we collect Pop-Tops for Ronald McDonald House. Every week somebody walks in and hands me a bag of Pop-Tops from the soda cans. And once a year one of the Rotarians drives it down to the Freehold Ronald McDonald House. And that's our way of supporting Ronald McDonald House down in Freehold. Oh, let's see. We have sent 10 computers to 20. We sent 20 computers in conjunction with RI to schools in Nepal who have never even seen a computer, no less had access to a computer. And then we hooked up with a Rotaract club over there. So we had the college students helping the children in the schools hook up the computers. This is quite an interesting thing because you see, they don't use computers like we do because they have a different language. So they need a different keyboard and different programs, which we never thought of. Thankfully, Tulsi knew that. So we had to have people over there. So we worked with Rotary clubs across the world in Nepal to set this up. If you look on our board, you can see all those tiny, tiny little faces. And those tiny little faces are children in Nepal who would otherwise not be able to go to school. And every year we send scholarship money over there so that those children can go to school. They have to maintain an AB average in order to continue their scholarship, but they are basically children that would never go to school. They're considered our orphan children over in Nepal that we send through school. The Homes of Hope you've been hearing about is Doug Merritt's baby. Doug went, somebody came and presented at a Rotary Club and brought this little tiny house made out of balsa wood and toothpicks and said, does anybody want to go build a house? And Doug said, sure, I'll go build a house. This sounds like fun. So Doug went down to Ecuador for 10 days. And he came back a new man. Now, if you knew Doug before, he was energetic and wonderful to begin with. I don't know what they did to him or what's in the water down there, but he came back so enthused he had to help these people. They were living in boxes and crates and on the side of the hillside. And where we want to go up the mountain to live because that's prestigious, these people used to live on the mountain. And when the storms came in El Nino and all the rains and whatever, it washed out their ability to function, and they came down to the city, and the cities were inundated with hundreds of thousands of people. And Doug was moved. And he came back to District 7510, and he started to move us. And this has gone from building a couple of houses and putting people in place to now having an actual town, the city of Rotary, being built outside of San Pablo in Ecuador. And there's electricity being brought in, and now we have 2 different Rotary districts in Canada who are going to help us bring in clean water. And this summer they're going down to put in a sewage system because you can't just give people homes, you have to give them a clean, safe place to live. And a community center is going up, and it's a wonderful thing. And Doug is going back again this year with 30 people, and they're going to build more homes and build more things, and it's becoming this mushroom of wonderful stuff going on. So there's actually a city of Rotary, and on the sign it says Branchburg Rotary Club, and it's like, Branchburg Rotary, where's New Jersey? These people couldn't believe that somebody in New Jersey, a half a world away, cared enough about them to start this project.